Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails. I must be psychic, me, eh? Seeing what's coming out immediately now. Yeah, the government are announcing, I think it's Alex Chalk, the Justice Secretary, is talking about expanding prisons by dropping in what amounts to ready-made cells, like plastic cells or whatever. They're gonna put in prefabricated prison cells, drop them into the existing prisons, so that they haven't got enough staff to deal with what they've got now. Actual fact, I think these people, somebody needs to step in and get some help for them, because they're not thinking straight, are they? They say they don't want to release prisoners early because they're approaching an election. This isn't about political problems. This is about the safety of the people that we are caring for as prisoners. And at the moment we're not exactly doing that, are we? We're neglecting them. And I believe, that if they didn't have Crown immunity, which unfortunately they seem to do have, they should be prosecuted for being criminally negligent. Going to get the health and safety officers to have a look at these prisons and condemn them. Also, this guy, Alex Chalk, he has the audacity, the absolute terrible, awful audacity, to say that the government are seriously considering overseas prisons. Well, what are they talking about? Rwanda? We're going to fly out our prisoners to Rwanda? When are they going to grow up and realise that this is not the answer? There has to be an answer, but the kind of imprisonment that they're running at the moment isn't the answer. You only have to go into one of these prisons and have a look at the state that our people, the ordinary people, alright, they're offenders, but they're in there, and as I've said time and time again, it's you and me. It's our uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, our grandmothers, fathers, our sons. They're in there. And that's no way to treat people. You're not going to get people to come out of a place like that and want to settle back into society. You come out there reaching for a shotgun. And I've seen it before, At Wormwood Scrubs, we had some guy who was, he got on the wrong side of the staff while he was in there and had taken some, what I would say is extrajudicial treatment. And when he came out, he went straight out and he got a shotgun. He came back, and when the staff came off duty, he opened fire. I don't think he didn't kill anybody, but he certainly certainly rocked the place. What next? I can't believe that the Ministry of Justice is so stupid to think that they can ship our people overseas. This is our problem, and they don't know how to deal with it. They're saying that all that's left in the adult male prison estate are 258 places. They've put the police on notification to stand by to offer police cells, to hold prisoners in. What kind of rehabilitation are they going to get in a police cell? All that's going to happen is they're just locked inside. Are they doing this for the safety of the country? In some respects, perhaps 20% of the prison establishment inmates are a direct threat to society. But the vast majority are just unfortunates who've got on the wrong side of the law. People who are suffering from possible mental illness, people who are intellectually impaired, people who are hopeless, people who are drug addicts. So we've got a degree of addiction in there. We've got lack of support in society for those with serious learning difficulties. And when they're out there in society, they do fall foul of the law. Not because they're basically criminals, but because they're just social inadequates. I mean, if we go back in time to the early 1900s, there was a psychologist called Cesar Lombroso. Yeah, don't believe me, look it up, yeah? Cesar Lombroso, who published pictures and photographs of what he considered to be archetypal criminals, because he believed there was a criminal type. These are what criminals look like. And on reflection, when we look back at the images of Cesar Lombroso, what we are seeing are people who are suffering from various problems. Acromegaly being one of them. Look it up, acromegaly, yeah? And Down syndrome being another. They just didn't identify with what these problems were, and they considered these people. Cesar Lombroso, a psychologist, considered these to be archetypal prisoners. If you see somebody who looks like this, that's likely to be your offender, your criminal. My own father, who was an inspector in the CID, he used to say to me, I can spot a villain at 100 yards. Now, how can you do that? What he was actually doing was exercising his personal prejudices. Because he saw somebody who was perhaps untidy, maybe a little bit down at heel, maybe they didn't have a drink. Doesn't make them a criminal. But in the eyes of my father and in the eyes of the police from the 1950s and 1960s, they were the target. They were the ones. Grab them, stick them in the cell, bang them into strange ways, and that's where they were. But look what's happened. Here we are, 60 years after my father's time, really, and we've got the jails absolutely bursting with social inadequates. Not hardened criminals. There are people who should be in prison, but there are I would say a good 40-50% who definitely shouldn't. But nobody's dealing with this, are they? And the criminal justice system, that's the only way that crime pays, you know. Be a barrister, be a solicitor, be a policeman, be a prison officer. I mean, you don't get much if you're a prison officer, because these days you get the crumbs off the table, that's all you're getting. Because it's gone so far downhill that it's to be avoided, which is why they cannot recruit prison staff. Listen, Alex Chalk, if you watch my channel at all, you don't know what you're talking about, mate. You're talking about getting another 20,000 people into prison, building another 5 or 6 prisons, expanding the prison estate, and you can't recruit prison officers to cover the jails you've got. There's a reason for that. It's no longer a career, it's just a job. You're running adverts. Your own Ministry of Justice is running advertisements on YouTube and here, there and everywhere. It says anybody can be a prison officer. Indeed they can. And from where I'm standing, it looks to me, Alex Chalk, like anybody can be the Justice Secretary, because that's where it's at the moment. That's my rant for today, I believe. A little extra rant, by the way. I think we need a little poem now to settle us down. Ding, ding, ding. I've still not picked up my song, dear, yeah? I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vale and hill, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, I looked and looked, but little thought what joy to me this sight had brought. But oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon the inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with rapture fills, and dances with the daffodils. Tales from the Jails, don't forget to like and subscribe.